Okay, greetings brothers and sisters, mothers and fathers. Pastor Ntsikelelo Isaac Nqonga over here, all the way from Called Out Ministry, God's Voice to this generation. I'm so much excited to be speaking to you again, wherever you're watching us from, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, it's Twitter, it's TikTok, or it's YouTube. We are so much excited to be reaching you. Thank you for joining us. God bless you in a special way. This is the 25th of December 2022, and I want to wish you a Merry Christmas. For you and your family, enjoy it with the best of your ability. God bless you in a special way. Now, there are different ideologies and philosophies around the celebration of Christmas. One perspective in terms of church says it must not be celebrated. The other perspective says it must be celebrated. I want to do a building case in terms of its historicity, and then why the revelation of celebrating the birth of Christ. All right. Pagans, heathens, or Gentiles, other nations, as the Bible puts it, would celebrate the god of agriculture. They had a god, so many gods, so many idols, and so they would celebrate the god of agriculture on that particular day. And so in time, the Church of Rome, as Christianity began to spread, then began to adopt the 25th of December as celebrating the birth of Christ, because the perspective was to spread the gospel. The perspective was to extend Christ to a generation that did not know him. And so the heathens would celebrate in all kinds of manners. So I just want to do a quick caption of how the heathens would celebrate. The book of Jeremiah chapter 10 verse number 2. The book of Jeremiah chapter 10 verse number 2. Thus saith the Lord, learn not the ways of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of the heaven. So the first thing concerning the ways of the heathen is the signs of the heaven. The signs of the heaven. So they were how do I put it? Worshippers of constellations. They would follow star signs, star supports, horoscopes, and things like that. And so the Bible says, be not dismayed at these practices. Number 2, which is verse number 3 now. For the customs of the people are vain. For one cuts a tree out of the forest, the work of the hands of the workman with an axe. They deck it with silver and gold. And so when I just read here, the perspective is the Christmas tree. They would cut out a tree and bring it home, fasten it with nails and hammer so that it does not move. They are upright as the palm tree. So if you understand the palm tree and have a picture of a Christmas tree, you would have around same perspective. And so the heathens would celebrate like that. They would take that and bring that here. But the Bible says the customs of the people, they are in vain. In other words, when you do want to celebrate Christmas or celebrate the birth of Christ on this appointed day, from the perspective that it's a day that was substituted from pagan worship to extend the revelation of Christ, is you do not hold the customs of the people. They will do these things so that it must, but speak not. They must needs to be born, because they cannot go. Be not afraid of them, for they cannot do evil, neither also is it in them to do good. So the Bible says, be not afraid of them. In other words, sometimes a believer needs to understand that we are born of the Spirit of Christ and of a sound mind. We are not born of the spirit of fear. We are born of the spirit of love. So do not be afraid to stand out and be different. But now, I wanted to do a basis of understanding this, that we are in the world but not of the world. One perspective of the church says, do not celebrate it. This is a perspective of the church that is extremely spiritual. Do not celebrate these things. If you celebrate these things, you are in error and things like that. Another perspective says we need to bring the kingdom into the world. We need to extend Christ to the world. And this is a balanced perspective in terms of being in the world, understanding the function of the world, and using the language of the world to impact the world with what is foreign to it, which is Christ. And so I want to do a quick reading from the book of Romans. Please allow me to do a quick reading from the book of Romans so that we can be able to seal it, and then the Lord will bless us in a special way. Okay, the book of Romans chapter 14 verse number 5. One esteems one day above another, another esteems every day alike. Let every man be fully persuaded in his own mind. So the Bible says others, they celebrate the day very high, others do not celebrate the day very high, but let every man be persuaded in his own mind. So in other words, others would say, I don't celebrate Christmas. The others say, I do celebrate Christmas, but there has to be a driving understanding. The driving understanding for those that want to celebrate Christmas is according to Colossians chapter 2 verse number 23. According to the book of Colossians chapter 2 verse number 23. Colossians chapter 3 verse number 23. Colossians chapter 3 verse number 23. And whatsoever ye do, do it heartily as unto the Lord, not unto men. So if you are going to celebrate Christmas, do it heartily as unto the Lord and not as unto men. So we do not follow the customs of men, nor do we celebrate Christmas because of pagan, heathen, Gentile, other foreign nations practices, but because we have the revelation that everything should be done as unto the Lord. This is the day that the Lord has made. We must rejoice and be glad in it. Merry Christmas. God bless you and your family in a special way. Until we meet next time, bye-bye.